All right, everybody, it's David again here in VR. This time I'm inside a Matterport model. That's a model that's been created with a very special kind of 3D camera. In fact, I'm going to help you by showing you what that camera looks like. The technique is photogrammetry, so it's actually a camera taking several pictures. It looks like this here, kind of two or three lenses in it at various different angles that's kind of fixed, and it'll turn around and take a variety of photographs, and you, like a laser scanner, you move it around. As you can see, the accuracy here is not as good as laser. It's a mesh that we're looking at as well, so there's obviously sort of triangulation, or polygonation if you like, polygonization, who knows what the word is, but you can see here that it's kind of jaggedy around the items. The reason it looks much better to the human eye is that there's textures really here around the whole thing. So these dressing gowns here, the towels show up, the image in the mirror here show up. Matterport, its company, they created this camera specifically for real estate, to show people around. Obviously, this is a full 3D model here, and I must admit, you get a pretty good feeling for space. The jaggedness does sort of disturb a bit, doesn't feel like reality. But as you'll see, I can move around this model. I just jumped up and get a pretty good idea. You see glass here not showing up, of course, but I can get a pretty good idea for a space. I'm not too sure if I would buy this apartment, but I can already tell there's fairly good spaces in this apartment, but pretty narrow sort of staircases there. And this is quite typical of what I've seen in Holland. You can see here this person has a DJI drone, even older one. And then you come over here, small computer desk, and you can see here this is typical of the Netherlands in general. Very small, unprotected staircase. I think that wouldn't be allowed. And it's got a pretty interesting kind of space, very high ceiling in here in this tower. And I guess this is just a little place to chill out, as they say in Holland. So I've got some other things in this scene here. So I'm going to go downstairs again, find my way down here, and just go out the door. So obviously we've got our SWS model here running in the background. No problems with the performance, as you can see. And then I've got here a pretty big spaceship. I'm just going to turn towards my sensors again, which has come in from Space Engineers, and this is something that you can simply export. If I can climb up there. We have to climb up like this. Use my climbing tools, which I think is pretty cool that you can bring stuff like this in from a game engine. There's actually a button to do 3D printing export, which is what this format is all about. But when you make something in a game, you don't really get the scale of it. It's only when I bring it in here, you can see the size of it. This is the cockpit. I don't think the interior is going to be modelled. Oh yeah, it's great. There we go. The usual thing. Sit down, practice with my joysticks, have a look out the window at the small process plant over there, the chimney. VR, of course, highlighting kind of how bad these textures are when you see them in the space like that. So anyway, that's a combination of ARF graphics, game engine, voxel game engine, and photogrammetry, as you can see here in our little VR app. Hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, any comments and that kind of thing, most welcome. So stick my head out the window here. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, that's it for now. See if I can avoid crashing into my desk as I move back here. Bye bye.